How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So, I
Not
was
bad. Just got
telling,
off work, so it's been going pretty good.
nice, nice. Yeah, and I know you like my Titan and Blackstone t-shirts. I haven't made more of those, but I will. I'll make one just for you.
Absolutely.
And I was saying how much you want to see a firefighter shirt for Blackstone Labs, which I think would be really cool, like a firefighter paramedic shirt, right?
I would love it. Either one. Man, I appreciate what PJ and Blackstone Labs do for the police, but yeah, firefighters, first responders, EMTs, paramedics, all the above. They're just as good.
Definitely. And I mean not to get somber, but I still remember 9/11 like it was yesterday, and it was just I mean, and there have been many other, tragedies, but that one just really, I mean, and being from that area as well, and the firefighters, I mean, the courage they showed, the police and paramedics, everybody, but the firefighters, I mean, especially, to go into, a hundred plus story building that was like you could have sneezed and it would have collapsed, and just fearlessness, and I mean, just across the board throughout the country, the firefighters are just, I don't even know what to say, just amazing people.
Well, thank you. And New York, 9/11, those poor souls, they just didn't know what they were facing. I mean, no one really did at that time, and what they even suffered after, the ones that did survive, they're the true heroes. When 343 comes in, 9/11, you got to be all about it.
Oh yeah, totally. The one thing that I'm happy though too is that you know everyone, right, left, young, old, rich, poor. I mean, everybody really, like, they show respect. I hope they always do. It's certainly not something that's been, like forgotten. It should never be forgotten. But it really, that's really what terrorism is. I mean, just a complete, just to attack innocent people. Like, I mean, just horrible. But yeah, the firefighters played such an important role. Police, everybody, first responder, everybody, just such an important role. And how long have you been a firefighter for? I mean,
I've been a paramedic for 7 years, EMS and 10, and believe it or not, I didn't want to be a firefighter. I even said I don't even like them. It was just a joke. I wanted to go to fire class to be a better paramedic for house fires and car wrecks, and they said you have to join the service. Like, why? But and I did, and I fell in love with it. And I've been a fireman for 5 years. That's it. And I'm age 50, and I got in this game real old. This is a young man's game, and this is why Blackstone Labs, and this is not an advertisement, but Blackstone Labs and Cody Montgomery, Trainer Shells, people that help me train so I can still do this job at 50.
yeah, I mean, I think that's amazing, and really, truly, the level, the physical prowess that you have to like pass all these exams is insane. And then the shifts. I mean, I think that's across the boards. Like living in the firehouse and like, you know, just getting a cat nap here or there, but like for what, 2 3 days at a time, you're ready to go at a drop of a hat. And
Yeah. Well, I was working two jobs. I work full time and part time. I have two part time jobs. So I went from full time to part time stations. I just got done. This has been 3.5 days. So I just got off an hour ago. So yeah, sometimes you get a cat nap. Sometimes you get all night's rest. It's just part of the job.
And I think with the firefighter side too, I mean, like the traditional fire, I mean, is dangerous enough, but a lot of people aren't aware of, I mean, the chemical fires, the electrical fires. I mean, there's so many different types of fires, and like I mean, they're all dangerous and they're all chaotic in their own way. But the training that you guys receive, I mean, I don't think you're ever like fully trained, or you're probably constantly getting more and more of it.
I don't think we practice enough, but realistically, we don't have enough time. I mean, with the big city firefighters, Boston, New York, Chicago, I mean, true heroes. That's what they live and breathe. I'm a county firefighter, and the brothers and sisters I work with, we have a lot of training, but sometimes we just don't have the experience. But the guys I work with, and ladies, I always envy them because you learn something every day, and everyone's willing to train.
Yeah, I think what blows my mind though is that, maybe not in those big cities that you mentioned, but like maybe smaller cities and counties, like when firefighters or paramedics or police officers get pink slipped for budget cuts, that blows my mind. And that happens quite a bit. I would think that those would be probably the last areas you'd ever want to trim a budget. But
I'm a little surprised sometimes too when you hear that. And, I know a service right now where they don't have budget cuts, but they're struggling getting raises, and, and you feel sorry for them,
yeah,
and cost of living goes up, and you're asking these people to do everything for you, especially through the COVID, and then now you don't want to reimburse them, and it's a shame. But I mean, it all comes in circles. I'm hopefully they'll get what they deserve.
Right. And then on the paramedic side, I mean, some of the things that you see, I mean, like, the traumas you see, probably gunshot wounds, heart attacks. I mean, and I mean, again, not to be morbid, but like, I'm sure, quite a few people maybe get on the ambulance alive, but don't make it to the hospital. I mean, like, again, it's very, very,
You have your good days, you have bad days. And I remember I was out of school, fourth grade, and this one little boy comes up and goes, "What is the worst call you ever saw?" And it's like, you know, it, Santa Claus falling off the roof, and I kind of giggled walking. He didn't hear me, but that's what, that's just leaving like that. It's like, I always get asked that. So does everyone else I work with. What is the worst call? You don't want to know. We don't want to relive it, and we don't want to tell you. So,
and again, I'll move off of this quick, but I have one other question on this matter, like whether on the firefighter side or the EMS side, is PTSD, is that I mean, I would imagine that's got to be a thing, right?
a lot of people suffer from it. There's been times where I've had it was years ago. I asked for it. I wanted really cool calls, and I got three bad ones, all kids. And I suffered a little bit. I had to go counseling for it. Had no problem telling people I go counseling. And I've known a couple of people that do suffer from it. And we do get burnt out. We do it a lot, and you just have to take a break. Working out is one of my releases. Trying to play golf, which is horrible sometimes, but no, people do suffer from it. Some admit it, some don't.
I think it's great though that you're so open to mental health. I'm an attorney, and like a lot of attorneys, like, I mean, we just went to a law convention and they talked about this, how we had 4 suicides this year just in Kentucky, and it's a very real thing, and so like mental health is very important to address, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about, and even if you have to get on medication, there's nothing wrong with that. The wrong thing would be to not do anything about it. So I think that's really good, and in fact, a lot of the interviews, not a lot, but a good number, like Carol Turco and a few people from the Legion that I've interviewed, have really like focused on mental health, like either getting it or actually even offering it, through like, their own, therapies or uh, offices or whatnot. So I think that's really important. I do see a lot of your gym content though, and I can totally see how it is a release for you, because like I think since I started the Legion, like I pushed a few people like you and John Benavides, a few others, Josh, to post a little bit more. You were posting long before me, but you post a little bit more. And I really like what you post. And you take great pride in it. And you even at one point in time wanted to give the black box to a friend, which I think is like so generous. Um, when did you discover that the gym was like your kind of like your release?
I think when I became a fireman, to be honest with you, I have asthma, and the bunker gear, just to even carry it, I was suffering, just struggling breathing. So I was like, I got to work out,
Yeah.
and just put on good headphones and just not answer the phone and just have 1 to 2 hours working out. I just started loving it. And I remember, you was talking to me like, you need to post more than just product. And I was like, I hate taking my picture. I mean, who wants to scare kids that's on Instagram? Like, why would you want me to do that? But no, and I really enjoy it now. I still, my pictures or my videos, I giggle at. I'm like, oh boy, but I hope for the best. But no, I think what it was just once knowing that I could do this job, and knowing I'm not a liability for my fellow brothers and sisters, that's when I just kept falling in love. And then now it is addicting. I've got to work out, or someone's going to hear me complain. I mean, I'm going to be kind of grumpy about it. So, but yeah.
For sure. And I think your videos are really, I mean, you talk, which is really good. A lot of people will do videos, but they will probably just lift. But I like that you talk, that you put up a lot of good pictures. You have a lot of Blacks and Labs shirts and gear, and you showcase the products. And I think that's just really important, because I think it's not like you're pushing it in anyone's face, but you're living it. It's who you are. And I don't think there's anything more persuasive than that. It's just, this is who I am. This is what I like to do. This is the job I have. There's, Michael, there's limits to what you share on social media, obviously, but I feel like you share a healthy amount, and I feel like you reach a lot of people, which is ideally what you want.
I think, and I have to thank you for the push. And the reason why I say that, I just was just doing my part. But, you have the lady from Down Under who does great. Omni Muscle. Love that guy. I mean, seriously, hats off. Brian, who's building a monster, and Skills, who I've got a video or picture for him coming here soon. He's got the hockey mask and flags. So I've got a couple little surprises for everybody when it's all said and done, and hopefully it turn out pretty good.
I think it will. And I mean, you put your heart and soul into it, and whatever you do will turn out good. But I just really like it. And yeah, we have like a, I feel like I was actually just talking to Chris, the intern, about this today, because they're putting me on like, they're giving me like different like approaches to do my job better, which I welcome. Initially, I didn't. I was like, I kind of dragged my feet because I hate change. I'm like my dad. I hate change. But a lot of times change is good. It's just what the doctor ordered. And we were talking about that, like how like within the Legion, there's the people that do what they need to do, which is fine. But then there's the people that really go above and beyond, like yourself. And it's on a consistent basis, like Josh, like you, like Omni, like John Benavidez, like there's like there's a group, and amongst the ladies as well, like Rose Medina and Sky Gonzalez, and they just consistently is what they do. And it's once you do that, Todrick also is another one who's just super active. Once you do that, you start to gel like more and more with like a little group within the bigger group, and it's like you just rattled off like a few of the most active people that I personally know of, and it's no surprise to me that you get along with them, because you're all basically like you're like raising the bar more and more each day.
Yeah, and it's fun. I mean, it's been fun watching. Brian, who's building the monster, great story. Yours is a great story, doing the treadmill and everything. Bravo to you on that.
Thanks.
And I think like with Halloween, I think there'll be some fun little videos, and I have enjoyed it. I've been catching a lot of grief from some people, but I will get another hat shout out is to Big Dog, my fire chief at Cleveland. He came in one day. He goes, "There's McDreamy. I want the shirt off. I want this," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll do that."
Nice.
And he's like, "When am I going to get it?" It's like in a couple of days when I feel confident. So, but yeah.
For sure. Nothing wrong with a little bit of hazing. I like it, just a little bit. But the thing is that there's even sometimes like I will sometimes like say maybe I should pull back, like with Omni. Like Omni's talking more and more and more, and I love it. I love it because with him, it I feel like it takes a little bit more for him. Obviously, like he's got some things going on, but he is definitely someone that's championed everything. I mean, you put an obstacle in front of him, in front of rock, and he's just going to overcome it. You know what I mean? And I really admire that about him. And he's just so active. And you couldn't. Someone else also is John, Wild Joker. Just John Mancini. Just they believe so much in the company. And it's like I try to talk to people like that, and I don't try to poach from other companies. It's not my style. But people will ask me like, "What do I have to do to get on Legion?" And I was like, "Well, you can't rep another supplement company. That's like for sure. You can't do that." But I tell them like this is like nothing else that you'll ever see. I could name some different companies that have ambassador programs and they get a code, and half the time they don't know like if their code's being used. They don't get reposted on the main page. There's no interaction amongst the team. It's like night and day difference. So I think that a lot of people that come over here stay here and stay here for a long time. So I think that's really good.
Well, and I agree, and the people here are amazing. And honestly, the product is really good. When people ask, "Does it work?" Yes, it does. And even though I seem to be collecting a lot of different supplements and bottles, it's like my T-shirts. But they go, it's almost like a meal that you got to take. Like it's still worth it. It is one of the best damn companies that I just saw in the comments, and it is. I mean, I truly enjoy it, and this is why I did step out of my comfort zone for everyone and take videos and pics because I do believe in this company.
Definitely. And I'm just saying I was embarrassing a little bit. I'm happy to embarrass you anytime when it comes to like shouting you out because you, like I said, and that's the thing. You guys are like consistent. And so like, again, I want to see you guys like really blow up, figuratively speaking. John also, John Benavides wants to grow his audience. And just like, unfortunately, there isn't like a formula. This algorithm that we always hear about with Instagram is a very, very real thing. And it's like the weirdest thing because they'll shadow ban you, they'll make you disappear, your followers will get knocked off. It's just weird. But eventually though, consistency is like the number one way to developing an audience. And like that's what you guys do so well, and I think that's really important. And I think again, like, whether you're trying to study all night for finals or you're trying to like get through the treadmill or you're a firefighter and you're trying to stay up for these insane shifts at 50 no less. I mean, I think these testimonials are stronger than anything.
I agree. Yeah, and I mean, I'll have no problem if anyone says, "Hey, what should I use?" And if I don't have the answers, I always send them straight to customer service for Blackstone Labs. And everyone's been great that I've heard even through there. So I mean, I've had a lot of great people say, "Hey, thank you for the help. I'm going to try this," and hopefully they will join us for the Legion. But sometimes they won't.
Definitely. Brian's another one there. Brian's like posting like crazy. And again, it's not, and when I say you guys are posting like crazy, again, it's not a quantity thing. It really is a quality thing, but you guys also post an awful lot, which is good. Like if your minimum is 5, you post 20. I mean, it's crazy because usually it's an either or. It's either quantity, or quality. You guys do both, which is really cool. But again, like you said, like, we hope that they join, but we're not like really pushing it on anyone because the program is just that great. And, I feel like, especially the Olympia. I think I'm gonna go to the Olympia for a day. I can't get off work for more, but I just want to go because any chance to meet Legion members is fantastic. Now I think you're in Indiana and I'm in Louisville. I don't know how far away you are, but if we ever meet, man, that'd be awesome.
I love Louisville. Well, let's be honest. You have great bourbon down there, so let's be honest. Yeah,
Definitely.
actually, it's about 5 hours. I'm driving down to Indy tomorrow for Alice Cooper concert.
Oh, that's right. You
Love
told me.
love my concerts. So I got to see Shine Down and Guns N' Roses this month. So
Wow.
Alice and Ace Frehley will be tomorrow night.
My favorite band is Kiss, and I get so much crap because like I always rag on Kiss because I call them half and half because it's like Gene and Paul and two imposters. But the thing is like
True.
Eric and Tommy are nice and all, but they're wearing Ace's makeup, which I think is just so like just crappy. But Ace is such an amazing guitarist and singer, and I love the Frehley's Comet Days. And I'm just that's going to be an amazing concert. And what I tell you would be so cool is if Ace came out and did like some sort of an encore with Alice Cooper, which may very well happen. They'll totally bring the house down. So that's awesome that you're going to that.
It's funny you say your favorite band because mine when I grew up, I went to my first Kiss concert in 1978. So they
Oh
were
my
my
gosh,
favorite.
Love Gun.
And
Crazy.
it wasn't because of the music. I just loved the album covers. It was really neat. They had makeup on. There was
Yeah.
fire, and I mean, why not? But
Yeah.
yeah, to see Ace Frehley and Alice Cooper both in their 70s, that's gonna be amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I like, yeah, it's going to be fantastic. And Ace always has like really good backing, like bands. Like sometimes he has like Richie Scarlett, Sebastian Bach might pop up. I mean, like he's like a really, really big deal. And he's such a, like, I know it sounds crazy, but I've met him a few times. He's such a laid down, like laid back kind of guy. He's from the Bronx, so like he was like in Street Kings when he was younger. He's just a badass. He's really just an amazing player. And I've gotten his solos. His solos were fantastic. Like Anomaly's real good. And what's the last? Space Invader was the last one he put out.
Oh
And then
yeah.
Alice Cooper, man. I mean, if there's no Alice Cooper, there's no Kiss. I mean, there's no nothing. I mean, he's just like such a pioneer.
And he's put on an amazing show for decades. And
Yeah.
so if any, I'm a buddy of mine took his 8-year-old daughter for Alice Cooper show. I go, well, you ruined her because now she won't be able to see any other great concerts now. I mean, because he is one of the top performers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm thinking of all the Alice Cooper songs I know. It's just like, it's going to be fantastic. Um, so tell me a little bit about these supplements that you love from Blackstone Labs. Like, what are your favorite supplements from the company?
I like Viper, and I really like Trojan Horse. Trojan Horse, I don't need to be ramped up anymore. You can ask my fire chief about that. But I mean, um, I can tell a difference. Right now, I am the glycolog. I'm not gonna lie, that you can tell when you're having a high carb day. That helps out a lot. The pre-workout mist, I only do part of that. Half a scoop because of my asthma. Because it's not overly strong, but it's just good enough. It gets me going. And I really love. I know everyone likes different flavors, but I love the strawberry isolation protein. I think the strawberry is a brilliant. It's just the right flavor, not too sweet. The butterscotch is good with cold brew coffee. Anytime everybody wants to do that. So
Interesting. I've never had the strawberry. I haven't. Now the unicorn milk. I don't know if you had that, but the unicorn milk is highly addictive. My favorite to date would be the unicorn milk would be first. Butterscotch was good, but I like pound cake more. And then third would be the what is it, spooky candy, or it was the
yeah, spooky candy.
that was really good. But I
Yeah,
gotta say, yeah, the pound cake is a flavor that you almost like overlook, like, but it's so good. And but the unicorn milk is just because usually what I do is I have my protein with Fruit Loops, like the individual serving one with some almond milk. But and I wasn't sure like they tasted amazing. I thought it was the Fruit Loops. I got rid of the Fruit Loops. I just had the unicorn milk, and the unicorn milk was like fantastic. I mean,
Right.
just so good. And the Trojan horse I really like. The lemon lime is cool, but I'm really between the black currant and the sweet tea. Like that's my thing.
Now, I'll
And
be honest with you. I like the black currant. The sweet tea is very sweet for me, but I
very
do
sweet.
like that black currant. And I ordered strawberry and I got the unicorn milk and I tried to scoop and it's like I was never a Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops kind of guy,
Yeah.
anyways. And uh, Sarah, my best friend, she goes, I'll order strawberry and trade you. So we traded, but yeah, I know she loves that too.
Yeah, I mean, and it looks kind of bizarre because sometimes in my office, like if I'm like having like if I don't know if I want something sweet, but I mean, like I don't want to like have. I know this sounds really bad. It almost sounds like huffing, which is a horrible thing to do. But I'll actually, yeah, I'll actually open the unicorn milk tub and I'll just like kind of like inhale. I mean, it smells
You
really good. It's
you
like
realize
weird.
you're telling that to a paramedic, right?
Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, when it smells good, I mean, that's just insane. I mean, um, so like, what are some goals that you have with regards to the Legion? Like, I mean, I don't, I'm not sure if you're tier 1 or 2. If you're 1, I hope you'll be tier 2 soon. But what are goals that you have with regards to the Legion?
I have no idea what tier I'm at, honestly. I am one of those where I don't, my goal is just keep performing what I'm doing, keep advertising, keep sending out some videos, meeting great people, talking to them once a blue moon, getting t-shirts. PJ,
I'm
if you're
gonna make
listening.
you a T-shirt for the
Yeah,
one that you like. Yeah.
you and PJ's got to pay attention a little bit, but just stuff like that. I have no idea on what tier I'm at. I've never honestly looked into it. It's it's one of those where wherever I'm at, I belong, I deserve, and I know I'm going to keep moving forward.
No, and I know you will. And there's like a group of you guys that I want to move up to tier 2. I don't have the authority to do that, but I want to push you guys to that point, like you and Brian and Josh, Rocco. I mean, who else just came in here? That I like everybody, but Greg. I mean, just a lot of people, just like consistently. And my gosh, there's so many comments, and I didn't read anything. I'm like the worst comment reader ever.
I
I'm
know.
just
I'm
gonna.
reading. I'm reading one says you need a cheat meal. One of us looks skinny, and I haven't forgot if it's you or myself. So I mean, someone needs a cheat meal.
Yeah, I did. I did the 10 days where I was doing 3 hours of cardio a day, and on the 10th day I just took a break, and that break lasted 5 days. But yeah, my weight hasn't moved at all, which is great. Benny is in here. He's awesome. I'm just gonna move quick because I know that some of these are super old. Brian, absolutely. Omni Muscle. My friend Jody from work. Dan Dillon, the mayor of bodybuilding. He just came back from the Arnold Classic. He went. He's awesome. I think he's a police officer. I'm not sure. We know Rocco's a police officer. You're a firefighter. Josh Manos. I still don't know, Michael, how Josh was able to guess that mystery flavor. I think that was really awesome. He was able to
That
do
was
that.
brilliant. That was brilliant. I liked it.
Yeah. And I don't know what flavor he picked because he gets to pick the next flavor. So I was hoping for peanut butter and jelly, but I think he's doing something. I think it's like a blueberry peanut butter. I don't know what he's doing, but it'll be interesting. Sky Gonzalez, who I was talking about, was in here. Judge Love from Kentucky, Louisville, and what part of Indiana are you at, Michael?
Elkhart, Indiana. That is,
That's way up north, right?
that's up by South Bend. Yeah, close,
Okay,
about 25-minute, 30-minute drive from South Bend.
gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, because I've been to Fort Wayne a bunch of times. Of course, Indy, Kokomo, Columbus. I always tell people to go to the Donut Connection in Columbus. They're not even donuts. They're like just massive. They're amazing. Yeah, I love Indiana. And one place I've always wanted to go to, it's not so far away, is French Lick because I'm a massive Larry Bird fan. And so it's almost like a crime not to go. I think it's only like an hour from here. So I should definitely go.
I want to go there just for the golf courses, but yeah, that'd be awesome too.
I want to get into golf, and I down the street here, I think it's called Golf Galaxy or something. I think I'm gonna get lessons because man, like I tear it up and like in a bad way. Like I mean, I'll hit more grass than like anything. But the thing with me is that I have to tell myself that golf is not a sport about brute force. Like you can hit the ball so far just with finesse. But I just have like this inclination to just want to swat it, and that's just not what golf's all about. So.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way now.
Yeah. So, anyways, this was fun. And I have this thing called catching up, which I've not done it with anyone. I'm doing it with Rose Medina next week, Marathon Mom. And so hopefully we can do one, you know, in the not too distant future, because this was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Thank you for everything. Greatly appreciate this.
Absolutely. And thank you for doing this after like a long shift at work. And, you know, I really appreciate it. And I asked you this morning, and I've been wanting to do it for quite some time. It's just like, sometimes it's just like, you just got to ask, you got to strike when the metal's hot. And like, thankfully it all worked out. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you. And thanks, folks, for watching. You guys have a great night.
Awesome, brother. For Michael Litchford, Christian Duke, StrengthAddicts.com. Thank you, brother.
See ya.